This week, we are talking about getting the information you need from the Property Appraiser's website. Before you buy any property, you need to know exactly what you are getting into, especially before bidding at a foreclosure auction. Accurate information is a must. As the time draws near to the sale date, you will need to research all the details of a property. This can take some time, so you have to learn to be quick but thorough. In this two-part video series, Phil is going to walk you through how to get free information available from the county, as well as some lesser-known places.
Today we're going to continue our videos on how do you choose the best property and the various tools that you can use that are online at your fingertips that will help you research properties and make decisions on how to proceed. Today I want to talk about using the Property Appraiser. My link to the Property Appraiser. Now, I researched both historical sales to help me better understand the process that occurs in foreclosure so that I can make predictions on future sales and picking out properties that I want to bid on. So here we're actually looking at a sale that occurred some time ago, within the last year, but I'm clicking on the Property Appraiser link here, and you want to set this up in your area, official, and their organization that they manage maintains a database of all the properties in my county or your area, and if it has a parcel identification number, it's going to be in their database. Now, what is a parcel identification number? That's a unique number assigned to each parcel of land, and it has meaning to it. It allows you to locate the property using the numbers are in it, kind of zero you down. It gives codes on the neighborhood. It's not super useful in investing, but it is something you want to know how it works. But we're going to pass on discussing it. And the Property Appraiser database will give you information on whether a parcel of land you're looking at is vacant, whether it has a house or other structure on it. And again, the PID can be used to locate the property, but that's for another show. But the Property Appraiser website provides a website where anyone can get information on virtually any property in their area. Their purpose is to appraise all properties in the area for purposes of charging taxes on the property. But this may be the best one-stop place for you to get information on the property, such as the number of bedrooms, the square footage, whether the property is made of concrete block, wood, whether it's a single-family home, whether it's a mobile home, whether it's a multi-family property, whether it's vacant, and also who holds, and also you can figure out who owns the property and what kind of title they are in possession. Again, whether these things are relevant to purchasing foreclosures, you have to develop your own strategies, but all this information is available at your fingertips. You also want to know whether the taxes are current on the property you're looking at, and whether there's an HOA, and what schools that the people that live on the property, what schools, where their kids will go to school, and that matters. You'll also be able to figure out whether the owner lives in the property or whether the owner is an out-of-state owner and perhaps this is rental property. All these things may be relevant to you. You'll also be able to pick up an aerial of the property so you can look from a bird's eye view and definitively determine, do they have sheds in the property? Do they have pools? Are there encroachments that you need to be aware of? Now, what is an encroachment? An encroachment is a thing like the building actually extends onto the neighbor's property, and since the Property Appraiser in Orange County, and hopefully yours, gives an area with the boundary lines, then you'll be able to quickly see, do you have an encroachment that you need to know about, that you're going to have to deal with potentially if you purchase the property. So we're going to go to the OCPA, which we've done, which we call the Orange County Property Appraisers database. And the first thing I'm going to look at is, okay, so here we have the basic information. First thing that stands out is it's a single family home. And I'm just going to pick out the relevant parts here so that there's a lot more information that I'm going to go over, and I'm going to pick out the ones that are more relevant to me as I'm making decisions on purchasing properties or if I'm researching past historical sales. But the first thing you look at are the land use codes. Now, in this case, it's a single family land use. That's what it can be used for. So if you're thinking about tearing a house down and putting on a mobile home or a multifamily structure, you're going to get some pushback on that. You're going to have a challenge to be able to do that. The potential land use codes would be such as single family home, commercial, residential, multifamily. Then looking further here, looking at the features, not everything is going to be an example, but here you look at the building information, and this describes what I've got. Well, the house was built in 1955. That's very relevant to me for a lot of reasons. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and that's assuming that the property appraiser has it right, because people will build additional bedrooms, additional bathrooms, and you're not really sure what you have, but this is a start. It's one floor. I have 1,640, or it gives me the square footage, the exterior wall. So it gives you a lot of information on the property. It also will many times give you the lot dimensions. In this case, it's just showing one lot. And it'll give you information such as, do you have patios? Do you have other additions that are relevant to you? Is there a structure that a large shed or workshop that's built on? It'll give you that information. And then flipping over to the sales analysis, it gives you information on who's in the chain of title. Well, that may not be terribly important if you're investing, but it is interesting to see the chain of title, and you have the various deeds. And we're going to have a class on the various deeds as they relate to real estate investing. But here you see a warranty deed, trustee's deed, quitclaim deed. A warranty deed is typical, and that would be when a title company closes on the property. It'll carry title insurance. And why is that relevant to you? Because if you see a recent warranty deed in the sale, pretty much can assume that there was a title search and title insurance. There was title insurance involved or issued, and that gives you a little bit of assurance. Trustee's deed, no guarantee there was title insurance, but probably. A quitclaim deed, no title insurance whatsoever. That's when someone just signs it or whether they own and gives no guarantees whatsoever. Next, we're going to flip to the location information. Now, if you're flipping, a buyer wants to know information about the schools. So here you have in which schools relate to this property, from the high school, the middle school, and the elementary school, and it rates them as A through F. And you see this particular school is, for the high school, is rated A. The middle school is rated A. And the elementary school is rated A. So that matters to renters, it matters to tenants, it matters to people who are interested in buying your house. And so that's something you want to focus in on. Now, my farming area that I discuss, where I limit my sales to, I am focused on the quality of the schools. So I've actually limited it to an area that has decent schools. So that's something that you'll want to consider. Jumping back over, going back down to the location information, another nugget of information that Orange County provides, and whether it's in your property appraisal, you'll have to check, but in the past it's been somewhat elusive whether there is a homeowners association involved with the property. Now, if you're buying a condo, you can pretty much assume there's a condo association. If you're buying in neighborhoods that are obviously having homeowner associations, then it's not as big. It's maybe not as difficult to determine, being determined just by viewing the property. Not so in some neighborhoods. So in this particular instance, it's indicating what the homeowner association is, and that's relevant because you're going to be responsible for the homeowner association dues that occur periodically, and you want to be able to factor that into your plan, whether you're flipping the property or renting it.
So there you go. We hope you found this informative. Be sure to join us next week for part 2 of the discussion. Don't forget to like and subscribe and sign up for our live question and answer sessions. See you soon.